Hey guys, welcome to lesson 10.6, Parenthetical Expressions. So here we want to be able to understand how they work and to use them in our own writing. All right, so which sentence is correctly written using a parenthetical expression? And B is our choice here. The flour canister was empty, of course, just as I was about to make a cake for Louise. Again, important to note, all of these sentences are grammatically correct, right? There's no actual errors here, but B is the only one that uses that parenthetical expression. So, what are parenthetical expressions? Those are extra things, and they can be single words, they can be phrases or clauses that are added into sentences, but do not need to be there in order for the basic meaning to be understood. So, they might add something, but if we take them away, we still know the basic meaning of the sentence. And because of that, because they're not necessarily needed, they're extra, they need to be set off from the rest of the sentence. So you've got three options to set them off from a sentence. Option one is commas. Option two is parentheses, which is where they get their name, parenthetical parentheses. And you can use dashes. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Just as a writer, you decide which one you want to use based on how you think they look, how they work, but they all function the same way, really. So if we use commas, we might say something like this: "It is, I think, the best idea." You can see commas there. So the main meaning of the sentence is that it is the best idea. The extra thing is that I also happen to think that. Parentheses, the idea, which was Andy's, is a good one. So again, we have our parentheses setting off whose the idea was. But the main sentence is that it's a good idea. It doesn't matter if it's Andy's idea or my idea, it's a good idea. But in this case, we're adding extra information so you know who had it. And dash is the other idea. A truly terrible one, if you ask me, was tossed out. So again, we're setting off that parenthetical. And notice that each time, because it's in the middle of a sentence, you need that punctuation before and after each expression. Right? So you have to close it out. Make sure you don't leave it without the second thing. If sometimes you can put these at the end of a sentence, by the way. And in that case, with commas and dashes, you just need them at the beginning. Parentheses always have to come in pairs, no matter where you put them. Right? You always have to close out if you use parentheses. So that earlier example, again, we said B was the one with the parenthetical because we've got the commas setting off the words of course. Right? The main meaning of the sentence, the flour canister was empty just as I was about to make a cake. And we're throwing in this sort of course, just as an expression, as of course it would be empty when I need it. Again, the other examples are grammatically correct sentences, but B is the only one that uses the parenthetical expression. All right, so in summary here, parenthetical expressions are extra things that they do not need to be there for the basic meaning of the sentence to be understood. We are adding extra stuff. If we take it out, we still understand the sentence. We don't necessarily need them. And because of that, they need to be set off from the rest of the sentence. Okay, you can't leave them in the sentence without making sure you sort of mark that they're extra. And remember, you got three ways to do that: commas, dashes, parentheses. And there you go. That's it for parenthetical expressions.